A bombshell new study has revealed that nearly half of all Americans earning over $500,000 annually are financially underwater. But this isn't a story about irresponsible spending on yachts and private jets. The truth is far more unsettling, and it's a trap that's starting to snap shut on the upper class. Last month, a financial analysis from a major investment bank sent shockwaves through the economic world. It discovered that 40% of individuals making over $500,000 are still living paycheck to paycheck. Even more telling, less than a third of this group consistently saves for the future or pays down debt. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's hard to muster sympathy for someone struggling on $500,000 a year. The online reaction was, predictably, a chorus of eye rolls. But this data is a flashing red light for our entire economic system. It shows a dramatic shift from just a decade ago. We've all heard the classic tales of celebrities and athletes who blow through millions. Those were the exceptions, the cautionary tales of people who made a fortune quickly and lost it even faster. The old wisdom was that after a certain income level, you could make countless financial mistakes and still get richer every year just through brute force. So what's changed? Have the wealthy suddenly become terrible with money? Or has a powerful new industry emerged specifically to separate them from it? The answer might be both. The most ironic part, the very professionals hired to protect their wealth are often leading the charge. Sometimes you have to laugh at the economic data. One of the most bizarre trends of the last 10 years is the rise of inequality within the 1%. Research from major institutions shows there are over 50 million millionaires globally. The top 1% of that elite group controls a third of all their combined wealth. This study tracked net worth, not salary, but it highlights the same issue. No one feels poorer than a rich person surrounded by even richer people. Your network determines your net worth and your stress. Why is this? Humans are social creatures. We overwhelmingly interact with people in our own income bracket. If you have a professional job, your partner likely does too. Your friends, your neighborhood, your children's school lids, all a bubble of similar economic status. A massive study of social media connections found that socioeconomic level is the single biggest factor in who you befriend. This means your daily life is a constant comparison with people living almost identically to you. Sure, your neighbor might have a slightly nicer car, but your lives are fundamentally the same. This pattern holds true for lower income groups as well, which creates a huge barrier to economic mobility. But that's a topic for another day. Where this gets truly explosive is at the very top of the pyramid. This is the only place where you find extreme inequality within the same wealth tier. An analyst making $500,000 at a hedge fund is wealthy. But their boss, a partner pulling in $10 million, makes them look average. That partner, in turn, answers to billionaire investors who dwarf their wealth. At a place like Davos, those billionaires mingle with people hundreds of times richer than they are. The wealth gap within the top 1% is staggering, making lifestyle envy a devastating force. A construction worker might feel pressure to lease a new truck. A finance pro feels pressure to fly private to a conference for the networking opportunities. This phenomenon even has a name: socioeconomic fractality. It was first spotted over a century ago by an economist you might know for the 80-20th rule. Cool, right? But in the last 100 years, things have escalated. Recent explosions in global capital have further divided this tiny elite group. This has led to two outcomes. First, it creates absurdly funny situations. Like the millionaire who complained in a newspaper that billionaires were pushing out average millionaires like him. It's hilarious to laugh at, for sure. But behind the comedy, there's a serious and alarming economic shift happening. So, how did we get here? Let's find out why the rich are getting so good at going broke. This segment is sponsored by FlexiSpot. I spend a huge amount of time at my desk, and the new E7 Pro standing desk has been a game changer. My old setup wobbled with my heavy monitors, but the E7 Pro is rock solid, even at full height. The ability to switch between sitting and standing has seriously helped my posture during long editing sessions. For gamers, there's no screen shake to throw off your aim. FlexiSpot is running a major sale right now with deep discounts. They also offer special pricing for students, teachers, and military personnel. If you're looking for a more budget-friendly option, the standard E7 is also great. Check out FlexiSpot.com and use code WATT30 to save an extra $30. If you order one, leaving a note with my channel name, Wines of Thought, really helps support this content. Back to the video. The intense focus of wealth at the very peak isn't new, but it has intensified. However, a rich person feeling inadequate next to an ultra-rich person isn't a new story. What has changed is the staggering cost of being wealthy today. The most obvious example is location. Unless you're a top surgeon or a business owner, the jobs that pay over $500,000 are concentrated in just a handful of American cities. And the real estate in these hubs, Seattle, Silicon Valley, New York, Miami's among the most expensive on earth. A standard family home will set you back millions. Factor in a 30-year mortgage plus high state and local taxes. And that $500,000 salary might leave you with just $50,000 a year in real spending money. Now, $50,000 after housing and taxes sounds like a dream to most families. And you're right, but for many high earners, it's not enough for two key reasons. First, a high income does not equal high financial intelligence. People drawn to prestigious careers are often motivated by status. They will gladly go into debt to maintain appearances among their peers. $50,000 covers a comfortable life, but not a luxurious one. And after years of grueling education, they feel they've earned that luxury. This is most visible with medical doctors. Studies from prominent journals found that most American physicians graduate with almost no money management skills. This isn't unique to them. Many people lack financial literacy. The danger is that doctors are handed powerful financial tools right out of school, combined with a comfort with massive student debt. It's easy for a bank to sell them a huge mortgage and a luxury car loan. A high income is a powerful tool, but in untrained hands, it's a dangerous weapon. It's like being given a max-level character in a video game without knowing the controls. You have all the gear, but one wrong move can be catastrophic. Doctors are a focus here because their financial stress is linked to poorer patient care, which is bad for everyone. But they aren't alone. Even finance professionals, who should know better, take on huge debts to keep up and find themselves financially strained. The second reason for this widespread financial stress. Corporations have discovered that the middle class is tapped out and the true growth is now at the top. A recent video by another creator brilliantly called this the hyperinflation of the hyperwealthy. The number of products and services designed exclusively for the ultra-rich has exploded. 20 years ago, there was essentially one production car costing over $1 million. Today, there are over 100, with many priced over $5 million. This is just the clearest example. For those at the lower end of the 1%, a whole ecosystem of high-end everything has emerged. Exclusive clubs, premium credit cards, luxury travel, and even expensive grocery stores, all designed to extract maximum value. Not every earner buys it all, but the buffet of status consumption is more extensive than ever. And $500,000 a year doesn't go as far as it used to. Again, it's difficult to feel sorry for them, but we must acknowledge two critical points. First, companies are targeting the wealthy so aggressively because the average consumer's budget has already been squeezed dry. Through consumer debt and inflation, most people have little left to spend. As one major retailer admitted, their recent growth relies entirely on attracting higher-income shoppers. The wealthy are only now feeling the squeeze because everyone else has been drained already. And the final, most important point. Many of these high-income households will probably be okay. Their paycheck-to-paycheck struggle is not the same. The stress of a mortgage in San Francisco is real, but in 30 years, they'll own an incredibly valuable asset. High-income jobs often come with benefits like employer retirement contributions or stock grants that provide a future safety net, even if cash flow is tight now. The game is different at the top. You can build wealth with a high income, but you can't outpace the growth of wealth generated by existing massive assets. And remember, this drama is unfolding entirely within the top 1%. If you found this breakdown insightful, please hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to Winds of Thought. We untangle the complex forces shaping your world.